Just remember, Buzzcocks loves it.
All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are lush. Walls and cake out with you, be all the funny, it's pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty.
I met this lass from Whitley Bay. I took her to me house cause she wanted to play. She was like, "Wow, you're pure Raj." I was like, "Yeah, let her see her Raj." Cooks and tell us you always broke back, but he said you didn't like it when he made your neckies walk. Gangster, gangster, I'm a pure lover. I wear the fuck you wrong cause I think I know your mother. She used to be a dinner nanny at the high school. I think I made her put her, so that's kinda cool. She said, "Wow, that's pure kush. You can come back to me cause you're pure lush." Well, I didn't stop rocking till the break of dawn. Now I take the fucking lot on my mobile phone. She was like, "Wow, didn't show you Maras." I was like, "Course I won't, man."
All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are lush. Walls and take out with you, be all the funny, it's pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty.
Well, yeah, I met a lass from Walker Gate. She had a top-notch funny, there was no debate. She had no front teeth, but she was better. I took her for a date at me local bush shelter. I left her slips on me Spectra Gold. After a few minutes, her legs started to unfold. She ripped off her niggas like Hulk Hogan. I was like, "Well, you're pure smoking." I've never met a lass like her before who loved getting rooked on a bus stop floor. She said I'm not the first and I won't be the last, so I thought, well, fuck it, I think I'll have a blast. So I'm halfway through and she starts going crackers, shouting out stuff like I'm gonna eat your knackers. She wanted me Benz, but I thought, fuck that, so I pulled out me knob and blotted on her back.
All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are lush. Walls and take out with you, be all the funny, it's pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty.
Oh, well then, lasses, let's see who's all up on the dance floor. Flush your gear for the lads. I am talking you over there in the corner. And you know, you're good looking, you're good looking, you're good looking. But you over there, you're ugly, but I'll still ride you.
All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're rough as fuck, I still think you are lush. Walls and take
Very, very nice. Very, very good.
it's pure classy. I'll take you back to my house and fucking smash your pasty. All the lasses in the world, I think you're pure kush. Even if you're
Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's stick the camera on, get it on. You might as well see us now, you know what I mean? Oh, what's going on here? Get off. Get off. Trying to make me leave the bloody studio now. Get off. So bad at this. What is happening? What is happening? Slim Reaper, Batty Boy himself, Smithers, Aldi, big up the Aldi. I see you're trying to get us to 2,000 there. Woohoo! Let's get a 2,000. Dennis is watching. Dennis is going to grace us with his presence after 3 o'clock. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why? Swear down on Mel's life. Swear down. Well, Stevie Boy, we've got some competition this afternoon, so it might be, I mean, it's a pretty exclusive club anyway, here, but big shout out to Tunes there for going live. Fucking bloody Tom Kerridge himself, Sparky. It's all the same, isn't it? You know what I mean? Let's have a look down here. Oh, here he is. Yes, my man. Woohoo! Just thinking how me doing that, mate. Haven't seen you for ages. Big up the J there. Hope you're good there, mate. Nice one. Popping in. Hey, we might get a few new ones in today, you know. Hope you can hang about for a bit, Jay. How's the Toffees getting on anyway? How's the Toffees getting on this season? Probably the one team that I haven't kept an eye on. I think they drew at the weekend. Yeah, boy. Dave, you get a job, man. You're a grafter, mate. You're a grafter. If you want to jump on, lad, you know what I could do with a bit of help today, like. Be honest. You don't just have to listen to me, do you? But before I forget, you might have noticed that thumbnail there, yeah? So what that thumbnail is about, so obviously there's something that's kicking off in Israel, isn't it? And I've seen a few people skirting around it, talking about it, but Hamas, I've heard of Hamas, and I've heard of ISIS, and I've heard of Hezbollah, but I don't know. Does anyone else know anything about it? Like, because you watch the news, don't you, and you see all these things like the West Bank, which I believe is a big part of Israel, and that's on the east of Israel, isn't it? And then you've got that Gaza Strip down the bottom, which is Palestine, isn't it? If I'm not wrong, I believe that is Palestine, that strip of land down the bottom. That's what they're all kicking off about, isn't it? But I'll give you my views anyway in a bit. I want to try and like stay on one subject for a bit because I'm always all over the place, aren't I? You know what I mean? I haven't really spoke to Dave since last week. So I don't know. I don't know if he's in the mood. Chatting. I'm not weak. I run speak. Oh, I run speak. What's speak? How big speak is there? It's around Flavors as well, that, isn't it? Like, this is the new Sky News channel. I am your roving reporter, Mr. Moon, right in the middle of everything. No, what you call them, bulletproof vest. No tin hat. Oh yeah, you know, I have got like, I don't know, see if we can get a couple more in, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. Yeah. Slim, you can't be any worse than me. Can't be any worse than me, brother. Oh, Dave's even worse than he. Ooh, Betty. What is it he does? I just do AMG now. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, get on there. Get them links out there, people. Spread their love. I don't know whether this is running a bit slow today as well. This have a look. Right, I'm going to stick this link out. No pressure on anyone to come on, yeah. You know me, I'm no expert, yeah. I'm fucking shy. I still have trouble ringing my family up. We were laughing about it, me and Louise. You know, I'm not really like a phone person, but so anyone who wants to jump on, even if it's your first time, you know what I mean? Steve McGeary, big up yourself there, Steve McGeary in the house. Just don't palm bombers, you know what I'm saying? No, but I had a little chat with Dennis last night. I hadn't spoken for a while, like my old workmate. But give me a little update there. I haven't spoken for. I'll be honest on the work front, yeah. So believe it or not, I've been off work for 5 months, right? So it feels like 5 minutes, but it's 5 months. Now, after 6 months, your work, this is only what I've just found out, your work, your employer only has to pay your statutory sick pay, statutory sick pay for till 6 months, and then apparently I've got to start claiming for it and everything, you know, like go to the social, wouldn't know how to do that. I've never signed on in my life. But there's anything wrong with it, but you know, because I'm still employed there, and what I've thought, I've been accruing holidays all the time I'm off it. If anyone knows any different, let us know. But I still accrue holidays, don't you, when you're on the sick? Is that right? So I've got nearly like, I only had a couple of days. I think I was off. I've been off since April. The holidays run from January to January. And I think I only took 2, you know. So I've got like loads of holidays to take, and they're at 12-hour shifts as well. So I've got a meeting at work on Tuesday. This is like this is like the big one now. It's do or die now. You know what I mean? It's took me 5 months to get to this stage where I've got to go in now, and I'm going to be sat with the person who I've got the beef with, and the HR manager, and I've got to basically tell him face to face why I've been off, what my you know, the main issues and everything. I'll just get some refreshment. Yeah, so the thing is, it's been running through my head, yeah, for the last couple of months, all the things that I want to say, but I know for a fact you get sat in there, and I will have some notes and everything, but it all never comes out how you want it, does it? Probably just get in there and go, woohoo, woohoo. Seen these posh cans here? Nice. Carlin, are they sponsoring the FA Cup or something? Proud partner of the Emirates FA Cup, limited edition. It's a lovely cup, in it, the FA Cup, like best competition in the world, still do we reckon? Clint, did I say all right there, Clint? Respect. He's John O'Hare. Big up at Mick Johnson. I hope you're good there. Tell you what it is, this is the second live I've done in 3 days, so. But overall, yeah, is Lou in? Is she? Where's she? Where's Louise? Oh, she's only blocked us. Can't see her. Why can't I see Louise? Is she in like Slim or? Where the hell? It's not there. Unless she is Aaron. I'm not weak, Aaron speak. That's not Louise, is it? What the hell? Interesting. Yeah, so if anyone wants to jump up, oh, she is silently modding. Yeah, she's at work. Big shout out there. Big shout out to Lou Dot, the boss. Big G, I'm not having this. Why are you dressed as a Yorkshireman? Woohoo! Woohoo! Anyone who doesn't know the way NG Rider is going to be thinking, oh, what's he doing? I want him on here, like, I want him to come on. Big G, what do you know about Hamas and Hezbollah? The terrorists basically are the terrorists, yeah. So let's get on to this, right? Let's give you what I know, right? So as far as I'm concerned, right, is the Gaza Strip and is where Palestine is, yeah. The West Bank is another part of Israel, which is huge, and that is on the east. And then there's a big gap in the middle, which I'm assuming is all Israel. But then you've got this little strip on the corner, haven't you? The Gaza Strip, not the Gaza Strip, we used to call it Gaza Strip. Anyway, that for the last nearly 20 years has been run by Hamas, which is a big terrorist organization, yeah. Right. See, this is what I want to know, Stevie. This is what I don't get to. These are what I might be missing out on these big things. Like, is that your opinion, or is that true? So anyway, what got me about Saturday? They're always in the news, aren't they? It's always in the news, terrorists and stuff. And I think Hamas have been blamed or took responsibility for a few terrorist things that have happened over the last few years, but nothing massive. But for some reason, they think, well, they've done a surprise attack, haven't they, on the border, yeah? Which, but this is all just from what I've seen on the news. The closest people to the border where these big fences are, basically that's Palestine and Israel here. So one side is okay, the other side is run by terrorists. Now, is it just me, or if you were going to go to a dance festival with hundreds of people, teenagers or wherever, is that a good place to go for a rave, or right on the border, basically within running distance? Or they must have been able to see. Must have literally been able to see. It's literally a fence, isn't it? It showed you the JCBs. Hamas breaking through these. The JCBs were breaking through these fences that somehow are supposedly a border, describe the border, you know. And then, if you believe the news, the Hamas have just on foot, as well as firing missiles that obviously are flying over people's heads, but pretty sure that they've done like an assault on the ground and just started shooting randomly the crowds of hundreds of people, hundreds of these people who were at a rave or something. There's been a few people who've put like footage out. It just looked unbelievable, didn't it? People were hiding for their lives under trees and stuff. But I think, give or take, I know it's somewhere about 250 people died in that bit alone. But what's worse, which is pure terrorist behaviour, isn't it? Now they took people hostage on there. Definitely got women. Definitely got women. at least 100 hostages, I think it is. Now, it just takes you back to ISIS and all that, doesn't it, in Afghanistan? You know, when they were doing them videos and that, where basically they've got they've got an American girl hostage, they've got a gun to the heads, and they make them talk in the videos. It's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible propaganda, you know, like, I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it, but obviously that's the way to get the attention, isn't it? Well, oh, but I'm just thinking, right, and I'm not. You can't condone anything like that. Yeah? Obviously, you cannot condone anything like that. But you've got to be crazy to go. You've got to be crazy. I mean, if you were a parent and your teenage son or daughter thought it was a good idea to go to Israel or whatever, and to go to a party on the border of Palestine, I mean, something like that happens. That's the one place in the world where it's likely to, isn't it? You just wouldn't go, would you? Wouldn't go. I know I wouldn't. Anyway, and I wouldn't let it. I wouldn't. I mean, you can't stop somebody. You can't stop your kids when they get to 18, but you would seriously try and talk them out of having anything to do with going there. It's like, yeah, religion in it. It's all down religion in it. Yes, I'll do. I did give you a shout out at the start there, Al. Said respect our senior community posts, let's get us to 2,000. Yeah, so I'll be talking my kids out of going anywhere near Israel with you. But at the same time, I don't know. We don't know what the demands are you? Because let's face it, I can't hold much hope out for them hostages. Yeah, I mean, there's teenage girls there, and God knows what. I wouldn't like to think what's going on there. You know what I mean? But let's just say they're not stupid. This Hamas, you know, they do one of these videos with a hostage with the gun might not be to the head on screen, right? But it won't be far off screen, will it? And you're going to have a young lass. You can guarantee it'll be on the news shortly. You're going to have a young lass looking down the camera. There'll be balaclavaed men in camo gear and AK-47 stood at the other side of the camera, and she'll have to read some bullshit, won't she? That somebody's wrote, you know, whatever it is, the right. No, that's just one. Now, this is where it gets dodgy for me. This is where it gets dodgy because, let's face it, Israel they're gonna blow, you know, there's going to be hundreds and there's going to be thousands of casualties, as it already has been, on innocent people in Palestine or the Gaza Strip. You know, they're not all terrorists. They won't have much of a life anyway. But you can guarantee for every one Israeli that's died in them attacks by Hamas, there'll be 100, 500 Palestinians die. You know, it's just, what do you call that? You know what I mean? But it's just a suicide mission. It's a suicide mission, isn't it? You imagine living in one of them. It shows you the aftermath, doesn't it? It shows you the aftermath of the airstrikes the next day, and you think yourself, does anyone else think when you see the aftermath, there's just buildings and buildings. Looks like there's been like an earthquake or something. And then they say like 50 people died. How the hell did only 50 people die in that strike there? Did you see the building? There's fucking no left of it. How the hell there's only 50 people died in that? Yep. That's exactly, that's a good way of putting it, innit? I bet it's worse than Afghanistan, mate. I think I also heard right that little bit there, what we call the Gaza. It's not that big, is it? But I think it's one of the most densely populated areas in the world. There's something like, don't want to get it wrong, it was either 6 million or 2 million people live just in that little bit. I think it's 6. And it's so you can imagine it's not going to be a nice place to live, is it? I know there will be now. I mean, this is just the start, Diane, isn't it? This is just the start. I mean, there's just there's so many things. Like, there's no solution, is there? From what I gather, the Israelis have got the firepower and to blow them out of the water like America. So, in my eyes, Israel are just, they've been putting up with it, or just as long as there's peace. I know there's been a few peace plans and that, but why Hamas just decided to commit suicide, basically, and the poor people that live there trying to make some sort of life must be thinking, what the fuck? Lou Don there, she must be grabbing a quick break there, quick pasty there, get the pasty smashed down you. I said a shit this morning, Still one. It's this beer belly as well. This belly has got to go right, because this belly that I have got was not here a few months ago. I'm not blaming anyone, or, well, this doesn't help like that. Stop me getting a dry mouth. I've been interested myself lately, like. Another thing, yeah, so apparently it's come out of the blue as well, isn't it? And I've heard, like I say, all what I know is little bits that I knew anyway, but watching a lot of the news now, especially the main news, RTB, they've started like trying to put it in layman's terms, you know what I mean? Like, basically trying to explain in a couple of words, in a couple of sentences, for us people who don't really know what's going on there. The news is quite good now at breaking it down and telling you what it's all about, whatever. But they're supposed to have, Israel's supposed to have one of the best, what do you call them? Like spies and stuff, like intelligence, that's the word, intelligence. Supposed to have one of the best intelligence networks in the world, like for disrupting terrorists, and saying what they're up to, and a bit like MI5 and all that, their own version of MI5. Funniest thing I ever heard at a party, yeah, it is an old one. It's a really old one, yeah, but I hadn't heard it. I was at a party years ago, and you know, everyone's had a bit too much and smoked a bit too much and took a few vapors. And this lad just like sat in the corner, he just like put his fingers round his ass. He went, "Oh, I can't wait to rive our lasses niggas off. They're fucking killing us. Can't wait to rive our lasses niggas off. They're fucking killing us." The old ones are the best, like. Yeah, so I think just going to get worse in it. Has to get worse. We've all been warned. It just, one thing it does is it makes you, well, it makes you quite thankful for that you live in England. You know what I mean, if you've got an English passport, you're basically going to get looked after, aren't you? Wherever you are in the world. But what else I've seen as well, see, there's that many things to talk about. You know where I'm like, I get carried away, don't I? Start branching off all over. But what about these revenge attacks that where people take it into their own hands? You know, there might be somebody who's from Palestine living in London, you know, that have a little might have a little community, mightn't they? And then they've all got their own little communities, haven't they? But random like revenge attacks on people, they're already on about that in England. And they've already been protesting in London. I've seen that on the news. All that shit, man. Mossad, I've heard of them as well. But they reckon this Hamas is like massive. They reckon that they're also like that with that Hezbollah, you know. So if they team up, they're already saying that Hezbollah will join forces with them if they have to, and they've got more firepower than anyone. Well, not us or America. They'll have some nasty bombs, won't they? You know, we all whinge, don't we? We all whinge like fuck about taxes and everything, but Labour are going to get in now, and Labour are going to get in next year. It's a known fact now, isn't it? The Conservatives are fucked. Did you see yesterday? They've all been there's been party political broadcasts, hasn't there? Like 5 to 7 every night on BBC One or whatever. Only 5-minute little videos. There was the Lib Dems, the Green Party, Conservatives, Labour, but I think it was Labour were the last ones yesterday. I think it was in Manchester. Or no, it might not have been in Manchester. That might have been the Conservatives. But anyway, Keir Starmer, who's got it in the bag anyway, hasn't he? He's a sir, isn't he? So Keir Starmer has been knighted, hasn't he? He's been knighted, yeah? He's a sir. Now, let's look at it. Do you want Rishi Sunak or Boris Johnson, yeah? Who are both dodgy as, you know what I mean? Boris Johnson, just like dodgy. Rishi Sunak, multi-millionaire, running the country, right? Or do you want somebody who's been knighted running the country? You know what I mean? I think even the leader of the Liberal Democrats is a sir as well. So they're onto a winner there straight away, aren't they? But I can't see it. I believe there's going to be a general election next year, isn't there? I can't see anything other than Labour, man. Yep. Liverpool. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Did you see it yesterday on the news? So Keir Starmer is going to do his, he's in Liverpool, wherever it's held. Thousands of like members of parliament in there, you know, thousands of Labour MPs, full of them, all the most important people in the country, all in one place. And Keir Starmer comes on stage to do his final rallying speech, you know, to get everyone going. And just getting into it, some geezer runs on the stage, puts all, what was it, glitter or something, starts shotting glitter all over it, grabs hold of Keir Starmer, starts bellowing down the microphone some shit. And I swear down, it took about 10 seconds before anyone even came on the stage. And that was a woman. The first person on there was a woman. And honestly, I don't know how he kept his head. I don't know how he kept his head, because he could have killed him. Could have killed him, no problem. How does somebody even get on the stage like that? They're like, to the like future prime minister, you know, how's it happen? Yeah, but it's got to be Labour. But going back to taxes and whatever, yeah, we do pay a lot of taxes, you know what I mean? But just sit and think about where worse places that you could be, you know what I mean, than in England, paying you 25% out of your wages. You should know you can go to bed tonight. There's a good chance that you'll wake up and there won't be a bomb dropped outside your house or anything, you know what I mean? You just take it for granted, don't you? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all down to, man. You take it for granted. Dave, are you on the school run or what, mate? Yeah, you're made for life, aren't you, once you're Prime Minister? I'm sure, like, Tony Blair was the MP for Sedgefield, which is where I work. And he's got a home somewhere around there. Richie Sunak's from the northeast. He's got a big home in Barnard Castle, I think it is. But Tony Blair, he's got some job as like some peace envoy or something, or charges hundreds of thousands of pounds just to go and do a talk to some country, you know. He'll go over and he'll get treated like a king, and he'll do an house talk with some industry leaders and that, you know. What do we think the tunes? What do we think the tunes? Yeah, he's been on here. He knows who we are. He knows who I am. The last thing he heard him say about me was that last time he was on here, I told him that he was doing me head in, which he probably did, because he probably was. But I don't know. He's got to change the record, hasn't he? Change the record, man. Stevie's got a few big shouts from Stevie there. You're all entitled to your opinion, though, aren't you? You know what I mean? Dave, what's this job then, mate? Do you want to tell us, or? I don't think Tunes has done himself any favours like these last few weeks. Exactly, all day. I jumped in Sparky's because I've been saying I'm going to watch Sparky's panel, like, well, but But yeah, he obviously didn't get a notification, or he got the notification to me and just said, I told him, all right, well, you'd understand. You know what, mate? The future, right? And it's all happening in the Northeast as well, mate. Future recycling. We're Northeast at the forefront of a lot of it, yeah. And the local news last night, you know, all this renewable energy and clean energy and all this. We're obviously on the Northeast coast, yeah. So 80 mile out from Teesport, 80 mile out into the North Sea, there's a place called Dogger Bank. Don't know why it's called Dogger Bank. Like, obviously, Dave and Slim and Aldi are thinking of something totally different when I say Dogger Bank. But this place is called Dogger Bank, right? And they must have done some research, you know, over the years and found that this is the windiest place in the North Sea, or where you're guaranteed wind all year. And they put these big couple of wind turbines right in the middle of this area, 80 miles off the coast. And I believe it was yesterday or the day before, they connected to the national grid for the first time. They actually produced some energy, these turbines that were out there. I don't know how long they've been there, but the significance is now they've proved they can do it, and they joined the national grid. They're going to get the go-ahead to put 280 of these turbines out in the North Sea, and it's all the work's going to be in the Northeast. Everything to do with it, and honestly, you would not believe the size. I could not believe the size of these turbines. Honestly, right? I think you've got to guess. I don't think he's going to palm bomb. He probably doesn't even know what a palm bomb is. Woohoo! Very good, very nice.
All right, mate?
What's happening, Dennis?
Yeah, no, mate. I'm on back in the tea.
Anyone who doesn't know, this is my good workmate, Dennis. He's been on before a few hours. Not for a while, though, have you, mate?
No, mate.
Have you been watching?
I've been watching, yeah. Yeah.
You haven't been on that often, though, have you? You know?
Nah, mate. No. Oh.
It's all down to the mental health, mate. You know what I mean? See, I spoke to Dennis, didn't I, last night, mate? Yeah.
You did, mate. Yeah.
For the first time in quite a while, innit? A couple of months.
Been a while, mate. Aye.
So Dennis is on my shift. He knows exactly what work's like, right? But even Dennis last night, when I was telling him about like what's happening, I'm on these tablets and everything. Even you were a little bit took back, weren't you, mate?
I was, mate. Yeah. I was indeed.
Because I think Dennis thought, like, at the start, I was just having a fucking laugh. I just wanted a few weeks off work. But you know what? It was never like that because I was stressed the fuck. But I didn't think I'd be off this long. Like, I thought I would have like left or.
Yeah, I thought you would have gotten another job, like.
Like I say, I can't believe it's been 5 fucking months. 5 fucking months. Flies over, man. Have you been watching the news and all that, Dennis, about Israel? What do you think about it all? Like?
Yeah, no, them Hamas are bloody crackers, aren't they? I think both as bad as each other, aren't they? They just enjoy bombing each other. Bloody crazy.
But obviously, they've signed their own death warrant, haven't they, really? Because this is all Israel must have been expecting this to happen, but not like it was a surprise. But it just gives them the reason now to go in and try and wipe it all out, isn't it?
Beheaded their young'uns and that and all, you know, the kids in cots and stuff like that, man. They're Hamas are bloody crazy.
Well, you can guarantee that the news over the next few days. I mean, I was saying to Louise, right, you know, when they take these hostages and they reckon they've got 100 of them, right? So if one of them was your daughter, you'd be a bitch, wouldn't you? And for them to put them on the camera, what they're going to do, and they're going to make them say all this shit and that, and they're going to be crying and everything, and the parents will do, but I wouldn't hold much hope for them, me, like, I'll be honest. Because if the people that are holding them are expecting to die anyway, it's like collateral, in it. Sounds bad, but it's like collateral damage.
Thing is, the sad bit about it is there's thousands of innocent people are going to get killed, you know. That's the thing. Because they don't mess about with these bombs, do they? The Yankees.
Well, I don't know what Israel have got, but they've obviously got a massive army. You know what I mean? I think I heard 300,000 people have been called up. That's without their own army. They're just call-ups.
But I'm saying the Yanks give them all the weapons, don't they, and the bombs and that. You know what I mean? They get all them off America.
So is that what's happening? Like, will America be helping them out with it?
Yeah. Yanks support.
Well, look. Sorry about that.
You've been on the shirts again?
Yeah. Oh, I've fucking muted myself there. The only thing about these vapes, I challenge anyone to have a puff without coughing. But it's one of them coughs. It's sort of it's a weird cough. It's sort of a tickly, you know, at the back of your throat. It's not like a chesty. It sounds worse than it is, Slim. Honest, Slim knows what I mean. Anyway,
I can't use them. They cave my chest in every time I take a bloody bath.
There's a few people have said that. Like, few people have said that.
I've tried every strength and all, and they cave my chest in.
There you go. American Jews have been attacked already. That's what I mean. This is what's going to happen as well. It's an excuse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an excuse. But look what happened in Afghanistan, mate. We went over there. We give them everything we had, didn't we? Like we lost loads of soldiers and that, and as soon as we left, just went back to normal, didn't it?
It's back to normal for now. I'll kill him for now. It was safer when bloody Saddam Hussein was in charge.
I know. Well, you can sort of understand, can't you, how... I mean, them people in Palestine, yeah, the ones who aren't... Who just want to live some sort of life. Like, it wasn't no life anyway, but still they're going to be alive, you know what I mean? Yes, that's it.
Well, yeah.
Just, Dave, give us a ring tonight, mate, if you want, and let us know about this, and I'll tell you how to get on in your interview and that. You're going to wear a suit and that, like, Dave. Dennis, we were on about this before. Say you went for a job interview.
Right.
Tomorrow. What would you go dressed in?
Just depends what the job interview was.
So,
right. Some call for a suit, some call for a pair of jeans and a t-shirt or a shirt.
So, do you think that it's is it a game changer though? If it was down to two people and you were hiring somebody, one of them had a suit on and the other one didn't.
I didn't know, mate. As I said, I would say it just depends on what the job is, what you're going for.
Yeah.
Would you pick the man with the suit or would you pick the man with a pair of jeans?
I don't know. See, it could be a game changer though, because if there's nothing else to choose, if they're the same in every other way, right? And you want them, then that's the only difference. They've made more of an effort, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. Still, I think it's changed now because 20 years ago, I think everyone would have put a suit on, but these days, you know what I mean? I've got a few new people in here. I think somebody's live just finished. They've sent them over, but we'll take that, man. We'll take that. Tupac Shakur's in the house. Don't think that's a real one because he's dead. Okay, now there's a blast from the past. 100% Irish. Fuck hell. Good to see you, mate. I haven't seen you for a fucking time. I'll just let you know for anyone in the chat, Dennis, who's on the panel here. So he works. He's a work colleague, yeah, and he hasn't got a clue about this side of YouTube. So you'll have to just excuse us, Den. You know, if I start talking about something you don't know.
No problem, mate. I'm just listening. Go on, keep going.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Jimbo. I've got loads of new names in here. Jimbo the Bull. The mad some of these names, you know, Den.
I can't see the chat, mate.
Oh, shit. You know what? I honestly don't even know. I even forgot what I was going to say there. That's what these vapes do to us, mate. We get a total fucking memory block, I'm telling you. Short term. So Dave's sticking up for Jimbo the Bull. Respect. Right. While I remember as well, he's a good top. Quaver, how you doing? I see you there, Quaver Raver. So look. Let me stick this link out again, Dan. You were cool there, aren't you, mate?
Oh yeah.
Just chip in whenever you want, bud.
Okay,
So you're all right there, though, yeah.
I'm on there cutting tomatoes.
Oh, what have I done here? That's right. Gabby, big up yourself. Yeah, it's weird having somebody on the panel who doesn't have a clue what's going on in YouTube. Because it's fucking crazy, mate. It's absolutely crazy. It's like a soap. Imagine a soap opera, Dennis.
Aye.
But you can go and star in it whenever you want. You could be the main star of that soap opera for that day if you want. Dead easy. You could just come on here, come on a panel, say something fucking ridiculous, and everyone will be talking about it and making videos about you. You know what I mean?
I do, mate. Right, where are we? Oh, do you want how much of this?
Cheap, mate. Cheaper than anywhere else, brother. Fact. That's it. Dennis, do you watch Big Brother?
I watched them going in, but I missed last night.
Right. So I'm sure everyone in the chat's watched Big Brother at some point. So ITV have bought it, haven't they? They bought the rights for it.
Aye.
It hasn't been on for about 5 years. It got a bit outdated. I watched the first few.
I watched it, and it started to get stupid, didn't it?
Yeah, they got a bit out of hand. Some of the celebrity ones are quite good, but anyway, ITV have come back, and it's the same format. Now, have you seen the people that have gone in this one, Dennis?
Yeah, mate, I have, yeah.
I mean, I said to Louise before I come on, I said, right, there has to be a gay person on, right? There has to be at least a few like non-English, like Muslim or black.
Well,
and they didn't let us down. They didn't let us down, did they? You've got a tranny who I said was a tranny as soon as they went in. Yeah, Louise went, no. I said that is a lad.
That's a blouse. What do you
You
call
could
it?
see,
Honey,
you could
honey
see
or something,
from,
isn't it? Holly.
yeah. Well, they had like a sort of a girl's face you could see, but as soon as you got to the neck, right, it
It's
just
quite
turned
funny.
into a man. Turned
Yeah,
into a man,
Yeah.
and they couldn't walk on the stilettos either, you know, on their high heels.
You've got
So
that
I knew that, right?
Indian lassie.
Yeah, so they've got that 50-year-old Indian woman in who looks
This
a
quite
bit
funny,
nuts.
actually.
Then you've got a bloke with half a leg, a prosthetic leg.
Yeah, aye. You've got the two.
And then you've got
two push
a woman with MS, which is nothing wrong with it, right? But that's the word, Jimbo, diversity in it. And what don't you think they're going a little bit over the top, like trying to? It's called wokeness, isn't it? Have you heard of that word, wokeness?
Yeah, I have.
Sean, do you think Big Brother? I don't know if Sean will have watched it, like, but does anyone else could describe Big Brother as being a little bit over the top with the wokeness? You know, it's like you're gonna. Well, Dennis, I asked you that question before about if you were hiring somebody, right, and one of them had a suit on, the other one didn't. What about if one of them had a prosthetic leg and the other one didn't? And you had to choose one of them, right? Now, you know for a fact, in this day and age, if you chose the one with two legs, you're going to get shit for it, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But that's the world we're in now, mate. That's what's happening now. You've got more chance of getting a job. I mean, you just look on telly now, right? Years ago, to be an actress, you had to be like good looking, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now there's a woman who's been starring in a few big things on BBC, and she's got like a birthmark under her eye there. I don't know what her name is, but you wouldn't have seen that years ago. You know what I mean?
No.
Is it? I'm just thinking, is it just me? But Diane agrees. Like that's the world we're in now. If, like I say, if you were an employer, you have to go through an interview procedure anyway. Like you've got you can't just give your mate a job anymore, can you? You've got to advertise it and go through the right things. But like I say, if you're left down two people in front of you and they're both exactly the same, and you're already struggling to choose one, but one's got a plastic leg, you're going to go for the plastic leg one because they're not going to get shit if they give it to somebody.
Discrimination.
But what I liked last night, I think I'm going to watch this. I think I'm going to, because I've watched the first few Big Brothers, I'm going to stick with this one because it looks all right.
What happened? What did happen last night? I never seen it.
So you know this transgender, yeah? For anyone who hasn't seen it, I think he's 18-year-old, isn't he?
He is, aye.
He's been taking testosterone. But he's been paying for it privately. His mum's been paying for it for the last 2 years. Now, it's not cheap, and he's going to have to wait for years. You can tell he's probably is a woman in a man's body. Yeah, I can get that. I get that totally, right?
Right.
But obviously, going in Big Brother, 18-year-old like that, yeah, you're going to get screwed. You're going to get everything, aren't you? But what I liked about that little Indian woman last night, she got talking to this transgender lass, and she said, so is it gay men who were going to fancy you? And she said no, because that would mean that I'm gay then. So she said, right, so it's normal women are going to want to be with you, knowing. But the question was, would you tell them? So when she's had everything done, right, say in a few years, when she's got a designer vagina, right, and she's got a pair of baps, and she meets a bloke, this woman said, would you tell them?
Right.
Which is a fair enough question. And this lad said, yeah, it would be the first thing I tell them. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know whether it'd be the first thing you tell them, right?
Right.
You might let them buy you a drink first before you say, oh, by the way, I'm a man.
Yeah, get the drink first.
I'm like, I'm not stuck in the olden days, but I don't think I'm wrong in saying that I'd be out the door, like. And I don't think I'm wrong in anything wrong in saying that, you know what I mean?
I don't think there's anything wrong in saying it where.
Mishi, how you doing? Mishi, next time you were on Flavours, I'll be jumping on because I've got a few. I know you do all the admin stuff for Flavours as channel, and I don't know if Mishi knows, but everyone else does that I had to take buy me a coffee down, and I am still monetized, but I can't have any membership, so I can't make any money off YouTube at the minute because of all the shitty stuff you have to fill in online. Mishi, I thought, how the hell has Flavours set that up? But then I asked Flavours and he said that you did it for him. Because honestly, right, it was absolute bullshit. Asking really stupid questions, like one of the boxes I had to fill in for this buy me a coffee thing, right, was in so many words, tell us why people should buy you a coffee. And a few times I just wrote a paragraph like, I'm providing entertainment and all this, and it just kept coming back the next day saying you don't matter, you don't fit the criteria and all this. So I had money in this buy me a coffee, Dennis. Do you know what that is, mate?
That's just you send it's like a sub, isn't it? You send them.
Yeah, it's like a PayPal. Basically, you buy the host. They're calling it coffee, but it's like a donation. It's like a donation or a gift. But this company, this buy me a coffee company, where when you say somebody pays £5 for a coffee, it goes into my account. You can see who's bought you it. I believe that anyone else in the chat can go on it and see who's been buying me them as well.
All right.
And they take a little cut, or 20% or something. So you would think that they'd make it easy for you because they're making money out of it.
Yeah,
honestly, mate.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Could I? I'll get it on. I couldn't. I tried and tried. Kept sending it back saying, "Oh, you've made a mistake here." Or honestly,
you need somebody in the know who knows what to do with it. Do you think?
Oh, totally, mate. Totally. I'm absolutely hopeless. One thing I regret is that having this 5 month off, right? I still, I should know more about just about computers in general. You know.
It's very good asking me, Wayne, because I can't even get me piss and chat on.
Yeah, you were probably the one person worse than me, like.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anything about Tuesday going to work and whatever. But that's one thing that was hard at work, all the computer system and that, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Our old one was better than this new one that they brought in. Fucking.
I think
it's doing.
Does the manager just do it all the time now, Wayne? Though he does everything.
Yeah.
So
But that's just another thing that I had to do that I didn't have a clue, and it just like wrecks your brain, and you've got to do that as well as your other job as well.
it's them all over, isn't it? They just lay something down, and you've got to get on with it. You know what I mean? But no training or nothing. It's them all. Them all over.
Hole ahead, what's happening there? Hole ahead. Hey Dennis, what's happening? Is thingy fight music? Here we are.
I don't think it's been. I think they're in talks, but nothing's been announced. But he's supposed to be in talks to fight. So we'll see what happens. It came up on Facebook last week that the fight been agreed and everything, and it hasn't, like. It hasn't. But they're talking to see if they can get it on.
Yeah. Think it will, like? Do you think it will, like?
I don't know. I hope it does. Yeah. Be a good boxing match, like.
So what's the next one you're looking forward to? There was one last weekend, wasn't there? I missed it as well. That Warrington.
Yeah, I missed it as well, mate. I was at work.
Did that go to form or?
I'm not sure, mate. That Tommy Fury's fighting this Saturday, isn't he?
Is that this Saturday against KSI?
I'll be at work again, so I'll not say that unless I get a chance to watch it at work, which I very much doubt it.
It's an absolute joke, that, isn't it?
Aye, yeah.
I mean, fucking hell. I mean, I can't ever see Tommy Fury. They're never going to take him seriously, are they? If he's still doing all this, like, Steve seriously thinks he's going to be the world champ, doesn't he? At one point,
he does. But the only thing is, he's not his brother, is he?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever will be. But hey, he's still unbeaten, though, isn't he?
He's somewhere.
He's still unbeaten.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't think he's fought anybody yet.
You know that if he was better than he was, how many fights has he had now? 10, is it, or something?
14 or something.
Has he? Mm-hmm. You know that there's people who, with 14 fights behind them, have been fighting for world titles and that, isn't there?
Yeah.
So he can't be that good, or... I mean, you know, when he fights KSI, is that on what promotion's that on?
It'll be on TNT.
So it's got now to do with, what you call it? The other ones who do all the boxing promotion.
To be honest, I didn't know. I don't know, because I've never even looked into it. I'm at work, so I've never really looked, you know. Who's got it? But I would have thought it would be TNT Sports. They'll have it. Promoter.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, can you remember the first one? With the first one that they did, who was it? It was they had like Snoop Dogg on the pre-show and that, like smoking a joint coming up in the ring and stuff. Can you remember? It was what did them two lads from America?
I'm trying to think. I can't know what it is.
The two podcasters who are boxers now. The fourth bloody Fury.
Is it somebody Paul?
Fury Logan, yeah, Paul. Logan Paul. But I think the first time they fought on that bill, I think it might have been Tyson. You know, Tyson come back, didn't he, for an exhibition fight or whatever?
Yeah.
I think it was that one.
What do you think about Tyson's upcoming one?
Tyson what?
Isn't he?
He's having. Oh, is he?
He's fighting UFC champion in Saudi Arabia. I don't know when it is. I think it's the next couple of months. Must be for mega money. Mike Tyson's training him. This other lad.
Oh, he's on training him, right? He's not fighting, is he, Tyson?
He's fighting, aye. Fury's fighting this lad who Mike Tyson's training up.
Right. Get this.
UFC, he used to be the heavyweight champion in the UFC, or one of them. I didn't know because there's that many of the pigs. But he's definitely fighting him. I think it's next month in Saudi he's fighting him. Like an exhibition kind of thing.
Mm. Do you know anything about the bare knuckle scene, Dennis? Like, because it's quite big on this side of YouTube, the bare knuckle.
Not really, man.
You know what I mean? You've heard of Danny Christie, though, haven't you?
No.
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 Right, everyone in the chat, Dennis hasn't heard of Danny Christie, right? That's hard to believe, mate. You won't hear that said very often. But anyway, he's from Carlisle. He's a bit of a character. He's got a bit of a past. Bit of a boy. He got into like a bit of beef. Well, a lot of beef with another big YouTuber, and he ended up in prison. He got. I think he got 2 years. I think he served a year or something. And he come out and he was like full of hate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's full of hate because this other lad had put him inside and that. But anyway, he's found God, right? He's found God. This is all being played out on YouTube as well, yeah. He's found God, and he's going to rehab. He's on one of these 12-stage things. But he's been, because he's a boxer, he's done a lot of unlicensed stuff. Right. And he is quite decent with the gloves and without the gloves, yeah. He's had a lot of street fights and whatever. So he joined this promotion, BKFC. It's probably, I think it is probably the best bare knuckle promotion. They're all over the world, you know what I mean? Aye. And he's won. I think he's had 3 fights on there. He's won every one, so he's supposed to be fighting for a world title. Sure, it's the 18th of November. Bare knuckle, but bare knuckle's quite big. It's.
I've never even seen them, Wayne. Never seen them. What's that on like?
It all stemmed from. I think everyone's looked at bare knuckle gypsy bare knuckle fights on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it stemmed from that. If you put that in, it'll probably come up with all sorts of beef that's going on YouTube, and that's all happening in this corner of YouTube that we're in.
All right.
So there won't be a day goes by where you won't hear about some bare knuckle stuff, or there'll be someone up a video.
What are you doing? Just slagging each other off and what have you?
Well, there's all that. You know, the call outs and that. The Irish are great for that. But now you get a lot of the full shows, Dennis. A full show.
Right.
Where there'll be like 10 fights and they'll make like a show of it, a production. Some of the camera work's a bit dodgy on some of them, but a bit amateurish. But
have you got to pay to watch them, like?
Some of them have been pay-per-view, mate. Yeah.
That's how they make the money.
Some of them have been. There's like, it would take too long to tell you, but there's been like, I think it was 2 years ago now, where one of the biggest YouTubers who most of the people in here started watching, like they got us into this. He was like a 30-year-old lad. Couldn't fight for toppy, but he was. Everyone liked him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, he had a bit of chew with somebody else on YouTube who was a bit of a divvy, and because of YouTube and all the hype and everything, he ended up being top of the show on the first one of these boxing nights. Him and this other YouTuber, and they were the main show, the main event, with bare knuckle boxers who've been doing it all their lives. Right, we're below them. It was fucking weird. And you've never seen a fight like it, mate. It was terrible.
Was it?
It was all this. And then our man, because it sort of got split. This other lad had one side of the community, we had the other. We had this other lad back. So all it was for months was just people beefing about he's going to win. And anyway, our boy let us down. Like, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible, man. But loads of people bought that pay-per-view.
Didn't they? Yeah.
I think it was a tenner.
Just to see what was going to happen with the banter they've been having in that. Did he
Oh, mate.
Did he showcase it on YouTube as well? Like,
Oh, mate, it was all people talked about for months before, and every single live stream was about this fight. It was crazy. It was, this was a couple of years ago now. I don't think it'll ever happen again like that. Yeah, it's entertainment this side, Derek. This YouTube, mate. It's, like I say, it's weird talking to somebody who doesn't know anything about it, because there's that much happening on a daily basis. It's hard to keep up with. Somebody will argue with someone, and someone who you thought was best mates, like, we called each other nonces and bacons. And
that's maybe why I don't go on as much then.
Well, mate, honestly, right, up until this last year, I've never heard the word nonce said so much on a daily basis. Everyone's a nonce, yeah? A bacon, I'm still not sure what a bacon is, right? But you hear that word every day on here. If someone called you a bacon, what would you think that is?
I thought you said a bacon.
A bacon, a B-A-C-O-N.
A bacon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bacon.
What the hell's a bacon then?
Well, someone in the chat everyone in the chat put in as fewer words as you can, right? What you think bacon is. It's not a word I would ever use, right? Before, I still don't use it now, but it's said hundreds of times on here every day. And what I'm surmising from it is a grass. Is it a grass? I think it's a grass.
Grass.
See, people are putting a wrong'un's come up twice. So, someone called you a wrong'un. How would you take that, Dennis?
To be honest, mate, I wouldn't be bothered.
Right. So that's fair dues, because the interpretation of a wrong'un on it. No one wants to be called a wrong'un because it comes under all sorts, could come under that headline. Like, but this is when you start involving, pedos and stuff like that.
Right, right.
They're wrong'uns. I think wrong'un is quite a broad. It covers a lot of words. A lot of. Diane says a beast.
A beast.
I mean, a beast is a heavy word. It's fucking heavy, mate. Someone's calling you a beast.
I would probably say that was canny. Oh, he's a beast, him, like.
Yeah, like rock hard, or you know what I mean? But bacon is a grass there from my mate. Fact there. That's what I think anyway.
A grass.
Radio fuming bacon bonds equals nonce.
Oh, God. I would like to be called a nonce, like. That's not very nice, is it?
You know what else is funny on the internet? It's like the accents and that. There's a lot of Scousers on here. Yeah.
No wrong with the Scouts, eh?
I know Dennis supports Liverpool. Yeah, he's not a Scouser. He's I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he does like Liverpool. You know what I mean? But I firmly believe in you. You should support the team where you live. Then.
What, the Mackhams? Spoken on you?
But I've let you off. I'm going to let you off. But there is a lot of Scousers on here, and right. So up until maybe a year ago, right, the Scousers, all of them were tight. Like it's a Scouser code. Like they all have each other's backs and that. So if, say, there was another chat going on now, and a couple of Scousers like we're getting into a bit of shit with somebody else, there may be a Scouser who doesn't really talk to the other Scouser that much, would go in and back them up simply because they're a Scouser.
Yeah, I get you.
But that's not the case anymore now, because there's that much going on now. The Scousers are having to go to the Scousers, calling them all sorts, you know. So that's one thing I've learned. There's a load of Geordies. There's quite a lot of Borough.
I take it McGeary is an Everton supporter.
McGeary?
Steve McGeary?
Steve McGeary. I'm not sure, Steve. Well, what? I'm not sure who Steve supports. I don't know. I should really know that, because he's... I know Slim's a Man U fan.
All right.
Howlerhead is a... Ooh, I want to get this one right. Howlerhead's he's one of the Manchesters. I think he's a Man. Blue.
Well, City.
Steve said he used to like you.
Sorry.
What made you think that then?
I'm looking at his chat thing and it looks like there's a blue Everton badge on it. I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh, yeah, you need to borrow these, I think, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a green. Oh, Howler. Sorry, mate. No, he's a red devil. That shows you how long, see, Howler. You know what I mean, mate? If you're coming in more often, I would have known that. Obviously, I forgot. Quaver, Steve McGeary, is he Hibs?
He'd be Hibernian.
Howler, how the hell am I getting you mixed up with, mate? Come on. I'm not normally that wrong. Well, sorry, mate. Quaver's got mixed loyalties, right? So she's pure Scouse, yeah.
Right.
She's pure Scouse and like proud of it. You know what I mean? Probably my favourite Scouse woman on YouTube, anyway. Yeah. She's from, or her dad's from, Glasgow.
All right, nice.
So she's a Rangers fan anyway. She's a Rangers fan, but she's a Scouser as well. So she's a bit of both.
What, Liverpool as well?
Well, Liverpool, yeah. Liverpool all day, yeah.
That's all right then.
Jimbo the Bulls a Man U fan.
Somebody's got to be, I suppose.
Have you been watching many matches? Like, you just if you can watch a match, you always watch a Liverpool game. Like.
Yeah, always. Yeah, I tried.
So you watch the full 90 minutes.
Oh yeah, aye.
So who's what's going on there then at the minute? Why aren't they clicking?
Who?
Or are they?
Man United.
Liverpool.
Well, I think we're clicking all right. I think we're doing all right. Just the VAR's against you, aren't they? You know what I mean? Wrong sending offs. We had a goal disallowed for nothing. What's going on there?
So that wrong sending off, are you on about last weekend?
Yeah.
Well, what was it again?
Two yellows. It was 2 yellows.
Was it 2 bad tackles? Like,
no, both of them weren't bad. I don't think any of them were a yellow card offence. But that's me. I might be biased, like, because it was my team. But I don't think it was 2 yellows at all. And it would have been overturned because the panel went 3-2. But with it being 2 yellows, you can't overturn them. You can't overturn a red card. It's got to be a straight red.
So, if there's a foul in the box, right, and the referee doesn't give anything, right, he misses it, he says nothing, can VAR then tell him that
yes,
if they have a look and they make him go and have a look?
Yeah.
So what about if he gives a penalty, can VAR say it isn't a penalty?
they can go and say, right, no, it wasn't a penalty.
Right, I get you. So it's sort of the case now is some of the offsides are ridiculous, aren't they?
Oh dear me.
Big up to
It's like a bloody hair of your bloody leg or something, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's mad, man. Crackers.
But there's no other way of doing it, is there? If you're going to go down that road, you've got to make it precise, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I tell you what, I don't think it's fair. That I think it should be in at least the championship as well. You know what I mean? And it isn't in some of the cups. It's not even in some of the cups, is it?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's in the FA Cup, but I don't know. I think it comes in like it's a certain round. You know what I mean? You don't start off with the non-league teams and like, what cup do you call it now? The Coca-Cola Cup, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it there till like the semis or the final or something.
Yeah. I say we're getting the 2028 Euros.
Yeah. It's an island.
But fair enough, right? Us an island, yeah. It's always good, isn't it? It's good for the economy and that, isn't it? For a country to get the Euros.
Yeah.
But have you seen what they started doing now? And it looks like for the next 3 or 4 World Cups, they're all going to be held in like different countries, you know, shared. How's that going to work?
I don't know, because the next Euros, it's Italy and somebody else, isn't it?
Yeah, sharing it and that.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? That means
but I'm pretty sure there's one in Canada. Fucking right. I mean, it's hard enough. I mean, it must be a dream to go to the World Cup, you know, like and be able to go every game following England.
Mm-hmm.
But you can imagine how much money you need for that when you got to get flights all over the place to watch the games and shit.
Mad.
It's bad enough getting the getting the energy to go to the Borough game. Never mind fucking the World Cup at the other side of the world. Right? How much do you reckon a season ticket is at Liverpool down there for a decent average?
About 900 quid.
900.
Yeah. That's on
the and top. I don't think that's I'm sure Arsenal or Tottenham is like somewhat ridiculous, isn't it?
That's over £1,000 easy. Arsenal. I think they're the most expensive, one of the most expensive. Same as Tottenham.
What do you know what? I watched Arsenal play Tottenham. Was it Tottenham or Man City last week where they won 1-0?
Man City.
Yeah, I mean Man City are in a bit of a mini crisis, aren't they?
Aye, three off the belt, isn't it? Happy days.
It's like I don't know. I mean, you've got to get beat sometime, haven't you? You know what I mean?
They've got a few injuries, though, haven't they? They've got that Rodri out and a couple of the midfielders out.
Have I mentioned my whinge about the brought a new rule that didn't about how many subs you're allowed games and that? When did that come in?
It was the beginning of the season, wasn't it?
Because how many can you change now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it's 4 or 5.
I'm sure it's at least 5, right? I think it might be more even in cup games, right? But how can that be fair, right? When you've got the likes of Man City with a bench of first teamers anyway.
Yeah.
So you've got them who can bring another 5 players on as subs, right? Who walk into any team in the world, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Notts Forest who will probably have 5 teenagers on the bench, won't they?
I didn't know.
I didn't understand that.
About 60 players, man, Nottingham Forest.
I never understood. I never couldn't see how that could be fair. You know what I mean?
It definitely benefits the bigger clubs, doesn't it?
Oh, of course it does, man. I tell you what, I did sit through. I never thought I would, like, but I sat through that Newcastle documentary on Netflix. Have you seen that?
No, you haven't. No.
Worth a watch, actually, because
Finished watching the Furies, Home of the Furies.
I haven't watched that. You know, I haven't. I know it's there, and I've got the time to watch it. Is it worth it? Like, yeah,
That's all right. Actually, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Because he still lives. He lives in Morecambe still, doesn't he?
Aye.
Has he got like a massive mansion or something there?
It's not massive, but it is nice. Like, it's nice. He's got his own gym there and all. You know, he trains there in Morecambe as well.
Right. Let's put it into perspective, right? Because he doesn't. Obviously, he's the world champ. He's the heavyweight champion, right? He's not. He's not undisputed yet, is he?
No.
Right. So he's still got that to aim for. So he's not quite.
Usyk got the other 3 belts.
Yeah, so he's not quite at the pinnacle, is he? He's at the pinnacle, but he can still do one more thing. How much money has he got then?
Oh, bloody hell. Millions and millions and millions. I'd like to think how much he's getting for this fight in Saudi Arabia. What's coming up?
Yeah.
Absolutely high. Multi-millionaire, isn't he?
And he lives in Morecambe, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably. So he's just got millions in the bank, doesn't he? Just doing fucking now.
He has bloody private jets and all sorts.
Crazy, isn't it?
Must be nice to live like that, like.
I tell you what else is worth watching. Anyone, even if you hate Man United or you hate Beckham, right? Just watch that Beckham Netflix.
I watched the first 20-25 minutes of it the other night. And I will.
Brilliant.
Like.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. I mean, I'll look back anyway. I think brilliant, but
I think he's footballer, like excellent.
You watch that and you forget what all the shit he went through with that. But he always come out smelling the roses everywhere he went. He won titles.
They absolutely went to town on him, didn't they? When he got sent off against the England match, absolutely went to town. That was like well below the.
Mate, they hated him, but it was all down to the Sun and that. All the papers just turned against him, and he was getting death threats. There were nooses and that were front page nooses with Beckham's head in it and all that, and they hated him. And you know, it went on right for about at all the games that he played for Man U, every ground he went to, and at Old Trafford, he was getting booed every time he got the ball and that. And there was a turning point. I can't remember what game it was, but there was a turning point in a game at Old Trafford where he'd been getting booed for about 6 months, and they just started singing his name for some strange reason. I can't even remember what it was. And after that, it all just went uphill for him, everything. And everything he touched turned gold. I mean, he went to America. That team that he went to first, was it LA Galaxy?
Yeah, LA Galaxy, aye.
Well, even the bloke that owned the team, right, he only had one other decent player, that Landon Donovan. I think he played at the Premier. Well, he was their superstar before Beckham came. And even the owner said, this team is shit. He said, we are really shit, right? And for the first season they were, but I think in his second season there, they won the MLS Cup, like against all the odds. Beckham said it was his biggest achievement.
What are you doing? Him
and Landon Donovan basically won them the MLS Cup, which is equivalent to like the FA Cup in England. So, but he did leave them though, and started his own team up, didn't he? And we all know Inter Miami, I think it is, isn't it?
Inter Miami, yeah. Yeah, they have to Messi in them, aren't there? And Luis Suarez.
Well, Messi's already gone.
Aye.
Yeah.
All the past players, who's more or less in the past, in the latter years of the career, gone in there, and they're money again, isn't it?
You know what though, right? For us in this part of the country, there's nothing worse than like seeing Newcastle do well, is there? You know, because they fucking just rub it in. And I mean, you can't go anywhere in the world without seeing a black and white shirt, can you?
Yeah, I know.
You could go to the Antarctic for holiday, and somebody would have a fucking Newcastle shirt. Honestly, everywhere you go. But
does Bazza still come on?
you know what? Bazza used to like the quizzes. You know when I did them quizzes.
Aye.
But I haven't done one for ages. But I know he works shifts as well at this new place where he is.
Yeah, he is. Aye.
He does 2 to 10 and 6 till 2, I think.
I haven't heard from him for a while. I'll get a text message off him every time Liverpool play. Whoever we play, and he'll say, like, come on the week them instead, you know. But I always get him back with, you couldn't even beat us with 10 men, you know what I mean? So.
Well, Northern Kings are Mackham, so he's like got his tail between his legs this week. Like, you know what I mean? Brilliant, that mate. That was brilliant. Did you see it live? Right at the start of the season, Dennis, when I bought that Borough top, right? About 11:30 on the morning, I bought a Borough top for the start of the season. I put it on, and obviously, right, I had it on for the first 5 games, and you know how bad we were. We lost the first 5 games, I think.
Have you never watched since?
No, I thought I'm not going to wear it anymore. But then I thought, no, I will. So I give it one more go, and we haven't lost since. So I think I'm not going to wash it either, I think, but I'll have to do.
Until you lose.
Yeah. Has Harry Maguire had his day, do you think?
At Man United, I would have thought so. But then again, they've got a few injuries, haven't they? So he's getting the odd game.
I tell you what I think is brilliant this season, right? Raheem Sterling. Have you seen him, mate?
He's come into his own the last couple of weeks, but before that, he couldn't hit a barn door.
I know, that's what I mean. He's come back this season, though. I've never seen him so sharp, like banging the goals, and he's fast as fuck.
Still kind of getting the England squad either. What's going on there?
I know he was. I think he's one of his favourites, wasn't he?
One of our best players, wasn't he?
John Stones as well. I think John Stones is still number 1, like centre back. And Thingy's not far behind him. Like Declan Rice is not far behind him.
Declan Rice.
He's quality, him. Like he's going to be. He'll be. Who's England captain now? I think he'll be England captain before long. Anyway.
Harry.
Is it?
Aye.
So the people have gone abroad. How's Harry settled in all right, hasn't he?
No, he's been scoring a few goals, right?
Were you surprised when he went there? Like
I was, yeah. I think he would have stayed. I thought he was going to Man United. That's where I thought he would have went. I didn't know why they didn't get. Man U didn't get him, like, because that's what they need. I'm pleased he went the other way.
There's not many. I can only think of 2 or 3 who've gone to a German club. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big star. You know. Who else was it?
Sancho, Jadon Sancho went there, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's come to Man United and done nothing.
What about that Bellingham? He's settled down now as well, where he's at Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they love him over there and all. He's scoring them for fun, isn't he? He's awesome. Imagine. He's an awesome player, him, like. Really
imagine, he's only about 19.
I think he's 19, 20, something like that.
Imagine if you're playing for Real Madrid, right? You're already played for them for a season, like you're only 19. You can't go where else could you go? You know what I mean?
Liverpool, a nice place to go.
But I said this before, right? You know who must be devastated now, right? Like really devastated is the players, like, you know, even Alan Shearer, you could put him in it, right? Because he must be pissed off now that he just missed out on the Dubai generation and, you know, all this money going to Saudi when you're ready to hang up your boots, but you go get your pension in Saudi, get a couple of million for one season. You know what I mean?
Mad, isn't it? Look at Jordan Henderson, £700,000 a week. tax-free.
You can't blame him, can you?
Oh, can you, shite? No. He's set up for life. Your family, his family, the Burns' families are set up for life, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't blame anybody, mate. That's what it's all about, mostly, anyway. Most of them are all just in it for the money. You don't get many who's not.
Oh, for good shout there by Jimbo the Bull. Kevin Keegan went to Bayern Munich, didn't he?
No, he
Oh,
went.
was it Hamburg? Yeah. Well, Hamburg. Bloody hell! You don't vote. I can't. He must be the only one who ever went to Hamburg. You know, but to say that though, like to talk Harry Kane, who's got kids and all that, you know what I mean? To talk him into going to Bayern Munich, Germany, which, I mean, it's not glamorous, is it really?
Yeah,
apart from the football, you know what I mean? It's Germany and the English and the Germans.
I honestly didn't went because I thought he would have tried to break Shearer's record, like goal scored. You know what I mean?
How far? How many? What's the record? 220 odd, is it?
I didn't know, mate, to be honest.
But who's closest?
It's Shearer's got the record. I think Kane was about 60 behind or something. Didn't hold his turret. But another couple of seasons, he could have gotten it, you know. I thought he would have went and stayed in the UK, like, just to get that record.
Yeah.
I never thought he would join them over there, like, never.
Well, you know what, right? Let's go back, right, to when all this started, yeah, with that Bosman. Remember him, Bosman?
No, Bosman ruling, aye.
So before that, basically, he single-handedly turned football upside down, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
But he was right though, wasn't he? But he was right. He was ahead of his time, wasn't he? He knew that the clubs had too much hold. And where else in the world? There's no other occupation in the world where you don't get to go where you want. You know what I mean? So why should it be any different for footballers? And he was right.
Yeah.
And I think it's the way forward anyway, isn't it? But they should really put a cap on it. FIFA should be put like a cap on how much a player can go for or how much you can earn. That's just fucking ridiculous now. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
Shearer 260 and Kane 213 by the Northern King.
Tell you what, it's going to take some beating 260, like, isn't it?
Big style.
So basically, right, if you just rounded Shearer off, say you have a striker who has 10 good years, yeah?
Yeah.
That's 26 a season he scored for 10 years. Like, you know, some players have a few good seasons, but not many have like 10, do they? Be hard to beat that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Oh, chicken chips. Yes. Oh. Hold on, Moon. Ask Dennis. Do you think he'll win the Premiership? Oh, Liverpool win the Premiership. Yeah, I don't know. City will take all the beating, I think. Still.
I tell you what, right? Like, I mean, they've lost 2 Premiership games on the trot, right? Now, if this was at the end of the season, these games are what matter, isn't it? It's still 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can 3 points could be the difference between first and second, or 2 points.
I think this season's between 3 teams. I think it's Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. I don't think Tottenham's are good enough. I think Tottenham, they'll get a couple of injuries and they'll be knackered, like. But I think it's between us 3: Liverpool, City, and Arsenal.
Yeah. It's good for the new rule, though, isn't it? That the teams are catching up. I mean, it's got to be good that the Saudis coming in with all their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was already, even before them, it was still the best league in the world, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just got even better. It's just got even better, you know. But for football in general, like for them teams coming up out of the championship, that fucking hell, it's hard. Like, how are the ones that?
Have you watched any of them Saudi games?
No. Is
I
there
haven't
anyone
been.
doing any good out there?
I didn't know, mate. I've never watched them. I know they are, and I can get them to watch them, you know. But
How many teams is there in the league? Like, is it just like a Premiership, one Premiership league?
I didn't know, mate, to be honest. See, I've never looked into it. I thought maybe you did. Do you want chips with it?
God, there's not enough hours in the day, is there, to watch stuff?
I know.
But yeah, like you know what? I probably couldn't even name one of the clubs where anyone's gone to.
El Hafiyad,
Yeah.
Banana.
Yeah, they all have L before them.
But the Saudis have taken over everything, man, haven't they? You don't think? Taking over the bloody golf.
Gotta have something to spend the money on. I tell you what, there's somebody who's creeping into darts as well. They're trying to get a split. They're trying to split the darts up.
Bad man.
There's just been a world championship on there. I'm not sure who won. Just finished last night or the night before. But there's one of the lads who broke away. I think he got to the semis. He's gone with this other thing, and he's hoping the others will follow. You know, I think it's Sky that have got that in it. Matchroom.
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's face it, what they've done to darts, mate. They've turned darts into like a phenomenon, haven't they? It's filling. People are filling stadiums up. They're filling stadiums up to watch two people throw darts at a board.
Have you ever been to one, Wayne? Would you go?
My sister went to the one at Newcastle, said it was brilliant. They all went in fancy dress and that.
You reckon it's, I'd love to go, like. You reckon it's brilliant?
Everyone's just mortal drunk. I mean, do you remember that back in the day, right? Fucking Frimley Green or wherever, got John Law.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's totally silent, isn't it, in the crowd? And if somebody coughs, it's like, order.
Yeah.
Now, fucking, they're just chanting songs like they're at a football
Johnny
match.
Wilson used to get pissed, didn't he? When he was playing.
Oh, they all did, man.
As the match got on, you used to see his eyes used to go a bit. He would get a bit of a wobble on.
Yeah, they couldn't. Back in them days, the darts and snooker players couldn't play unless they were unless they were pissed, or they'd smoke 20 tabs.
Oh, funny as hell.
Have you seen these silver cans, Dennis? A Carlin look.
Hold on. Oh, right, aye. What's that for, like? Who they sponsoring?
Special edition, because they're sponsoring the FA Cup this season.
All right.
Proud partner of the Emirates FA Cup.
You won it a bit early, ain't you?
Oh, mate, this is not early, like. Honestly, but saying that, I am not with the lager on yet. So much.
Right, Wayne, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, are you off there? No worries.
I'm gonna have me tea.
Yeah, man.
If you're still
Nice
on,
one for coming on, mate. Good talking to you, and I'll give you a ring before Tuesday, right? But
yeah,
just keep that between us, though. Yeah, after Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll probably come with you if you want. You know, I'll get out.
Right, let us.
I'll have a couple hours and then I'll come in.
Right, well, I'll talk to you. I'll let you know before
Right,
a few
okay,
days
man.
before, right?
Okay, bud. See you later.
Respect. Nice one, Des.
See you later. Ta-da, ta-da.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Very good. Very, very good. Yeah, so that was with mate Dennis there, you know. It's good to have sorry when you got someone on the panel, you know what I mean? Like, so I just talk shit. I try to do it like flavors, but I just can't. I don't know flavors. Like, just goes lad, just gets on with his business, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Come on. Tell you what, everyone will be wanting them now. This is it, right? This is what I've got to this is what I've got to think about. So I've pretty much done everything up to now, which isn't much. Even getting a sick note and getting my own prescription every 2 weeks, talking to the doctor every two to 4 weeks. It's something that I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I hate it. I hate it when I'm running out with these tablets because it starts stressing us out. Yeah, but now obviously it's all come down to this meeting next week where I'm going to be like face to face with the person who's. It's not entirely his fault, right? It's not entirely his fault, but he's behind a lot of why I'm off. You know what the things he's implemented and he's up talked, just the way he's been. But it's not just me. I'm the only one. Everyone's the same, but I was at the end of my tether because I've done it for longer than them. I can guarantee anyone that works there will be like me in a few years because you just can't go on. But it's come to the point where I've now got to go and sit in a room with this lad, and he is only a lot younger than me. I think, gee, you know what? He's the type of lad, yeah. I could go for a pint with him. Now, if you say, fact, you know, Big G, Howler Head, Slim, you know from knocking about with somebody whether you could go for a pint with them. Now, when a lad says, oh, I could go for a pint with him, it's sort of like you sort of know. It sort of means, yeah, he's all right, you know. Well, I could go for a pint with this lad, but in work, totally different. Just bouncing about, man. Like bouncing about, like the only way I can describe it is like charge. You know, they used to be called charge hands back in the 60s and 70s. It's like that. You know, for the ones that have been overcoats on and everyone's fucking scared of them and walk around like this. What the fuck are you doing? What are you fucking making people cry and that? After it was a daily occurrence, people walking out, and Dennis has walked out that many times. Dennis, he's the one for you, right? So Dennis has always thrown paddies at work, right? He was on the same shift as me. But we used to just laugh at each other, right? Just to get through the 12 hours. But this last one, Dennis had been in the mood all morning, yeah. Just getting wound up and just one of them mornings, you know, where everything gets on you. And summer, and he lost it. He fucking picks his bag up and he's out across the shop floor and he's gone, right? He's gone. He's halfway home. Then he realizes he's left his mobile phone on his machine. So he had to come back. This is fucking brilliant, man. I think he would have come back anyway, like, because he always throw the dummy out, like. Yeah, one of them where there's no place. See, this is the thing, right? There's people who've been in my situation in the same place who've just left. They've just left and left with no, they've just gone. People who've been there 20 years, just like slipping out the back door, like what about the days when what about somebody who shows your, what's the word, loyalty and stays with your company for 20 years? They shouldn't be just slipping out the back door, not saying and not having to leave and do, or not having the bosses give them something for all the there's another word for it, not loyalty, another word, but none of that. That's what pissed me off the most about these other two people leaving. Well, it's three now, and I feel like I'm sort of like standing up for them, you know what I mean? Oh, right, listen. Yeah, Slim, listen, right? And in fact, my future does not lie in that factory, yeah? There's no future in that. There's no future in that factory. Dennis knows that. It's not going to happen, right? But I don't want to give them the satisfaction of handing me notice in and walking away. I'm in a position, and this is what they don't like. I'm in a position that they don't like, where I've been there a long time and I can see what's happening and seeing how they're treating people that are just coming in, bullying them. And because I won't be bullied, I'm going to be standing up to them. They want rid of us. Anyone who stands up to them or who's been there a long time, it's like as if they want them out. And they've already got rid of about four people who, between them, 100 years experience, just let them walk out the door without people trying to stop them. And if I go, I'm probably the last one who can do it. So I feel like it's like I've got to find the balance between going into this meeting and just rabbling on about hundreds and hundreds of things, that little individual things. It's about making the same impact, but in like 5 or 10 minutes, putting it all under one thing. And this is what's doing me head in, like trying to, because without having it all wrote word for word in front of me, it's got to, it's not going to come out how I thought. But like I say, there's a good thing just happened for the Northeast. Growing up in the Northeast now, if you've got a 14, 15-year-old, 13-year-old like we have, they're going to go into this renewable energy. That's where it is. That's where you want your kids. Get them into that, especially in the Northeast. I mean, forget about this HS2 thing, yeah? Because fuck knows how they're even doing that HS2 is beyond me. But obviously they're not linking Manchester now to where Birmingham is, it, or wherever. I'm not a member of a union, no. But you know what? Just going back to it, I'm sort of, right, it's going to sound weird, but I'm sort of like quite proud that I haven't had any help. Apart from like all the support of like Louise and that, like I couldn't have done any of this without Louise and like what she does for us, like on a daily basis. But as for official help, other than family and wherever and people backing us, I've had no official help of anyone. In any shit that I've had at work, I've always done everything myself. and I've always come out. I've always come out all right. And I just hope that this one, like, is the last one, you know what I mean? Plus, I could walk in that meeting with somebody from a union, but I always got told, I always remember somebody said, all the union does is slow things down, you know, the company will still get the same result that the one, it just takes them longer, it's just a pain. But just in the last week, there's a strike going on at a place called CPAC, I think it is. Not sure what they do. CEEPAK, right? It's in the northeast, and they've gone on strike, yeah, because the company's is making them do a longer working week, but they're paying them. They're going to pay them as well. They just don't want to do a longer working week, so they've gone on strike. Literally gone on strike, yeah. Just working for CPAC. It sounds like some sort of packaging, but I looked on the picket line, and it was just middle-aged blokes, just like our factory, middle-aged blokes, few women, and they'd gone on strike for that, yeah. Now, where I work, we haven't had a pay rise for 3 years. There's no training given at all. They've got agency workers who can't speak English. Just nobody knows. No one knows. No one knows what's going on. It's just organised chaos. So no pay rise, yeah. We're all doing 10 other people's jobs. They were using me. I was doing a shift manager's job for 6 months with no extra pay. But every time the shit hit the fan, I got the blame for it. What else was it? We didn't got all our bank holidays. Bank holidays. If your shift fell on a bank holiday, you got 12 hours pay. Just took that off us. So now we just work bank holidays for now. If it's your shift. The Queen's funeral, everyone else got the day off. Nah, you're not getting that off. You're not getting the coronation off. No, you're not getting that off. Just everything take, right? And we're not fucking going on strike, you know what I mean? They wouldn't dare, the people who are working there now, wouldn't, the way it is, they wouldn't say boo to a goose. But that's how they like it. Even in this day and age, right, I still think that people who are in unions are looked upon as pain in the asses, aren't they? You know, like barring some of these big companies like Amazon or whatever, where they do everything right. You know, there's some decent companies out there that will give you full training and it's all like mental health and all that now in the well. See, this place where I work, why should I? This is one thing I'm going to say to the lad. Why should I feel like shit walking out of here after a 12-hour shift? Feeling worthless, feeling like you've just wasted 12 hours of your life, you've been talked to like shit, you've done fucking 15,000 steps on your phone, which whatever that equates to, right, over 12 hours. Nobody asks you your opinion on anything, even though you know 10 times more than them, but you're not in the position that you never get asked for your opinion on anything. Shit. Absolutely shit. And it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh that they want to call themselves like world-class company, yeah? Well, you've only got to watch one episode of, I think it's called Inside the Factory. It's on BBC Two once a week or something on the night. That Greg Wallace out of MasterChef, he goes to factories. They're all in Britain. You won't even know about them. Somewhere near you will be a big, massive factory, right? Where they might make Mars bars or drinks or porridge. And you've only got to watch one episode of that, right? See the technology and what a machine can do. And then you look at the machines that I've got to work on a daily basis. It's like there's no comparison. But that's what they want people that just come in, press a button. But if our factory turned like that in the last 5 months, then I'd be no good with them. I don't want to just press buttons. But while they have these machines in production, I'll always be like, or should be an asset of them, you know. Yeah. It's embarrassing. It must be embarrassing. Oh, just embarrassing to say you work there, or like, you know, I've had 2 stints there, right? I worked there for a good few years when I was about 18, and I left and went to another factory, exactly the same machines, but in a different environment, a lot on a different scale, on a bigger scale. And I stayed there for 8 years. Absolutely loved it, man. Got on with everyone, loads of Geordies. Absolutely loved it, right? The only reason I went back, because one of my mates went back to Sedgefield. And he'd been there and he said, oh, it's all right, you know, there's a place come up. If you want to come back, you can come back. Didn't even have an interview or anything. And the only reason I left the Newcastle was because travelling was like killing us, doing like 100 miles a day. So I walked back into my old job in Sedgefield, and this is my second stint now. And I walked back in, I think I've been back 12 or 13 years. And I get no better thought of than somebody who just walked in the door who can't, like, only speaks broken English, you know, like, that's how I left it 5 months ago, and I got told off Dennis there last night that it's a lot worse now than what it was 5 months ago. Hey, Fax has been on form, and let's try and lighten the mood up for the last half hour a little bit. We'll try and have a bit of a laugh here. So let's have a look who we've got in the chat, right? And I'll tell you what kind of week they've had. Fact, and I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube, but I've seen Fact. He's always near on his pink. He'll always be his original pink F Fact notification. In this channel, you will always see him in that, right? Unless someone's playing funny buggers and times him out, yeah. Which probably will now. But you won't see that many others because he's got about, I think, 400, he said the other day. I think he was just using that. I think it's a lot more. But yeah, you've been getting back your old self, mate, from what I can see. Gav B. I caught a little bit of Gav B this morning, you know, on it was Incognito. The legend that is Incognito did his first live, I think it was 2 nights ago. I just caught a little bit of it. I didn't go in the chat because I don't go in many chats now because I'm a lazy bastard. And I have to type for ages talking to everyone. but I still do now and again. Yeah, but Gav B was on Incognito, and Incognito had his camera on, Gav. I've got no clue what's going on with Incognito. I think he might have turned the corner, you know, like, because he used to get wound up. We've all seen him. He's like probably gone a little bit crazy that he wanted to do on YouTube, I would have thought, a couple of times. But he seems to have turned the corner. But Gav B was on his live giving him a bit of support there this morning. I think it was about 8:30. I think he'd been up all night, couldn't he? He said he'd been on about 7 or 8 hours, so he's probably sleeping that off now. But Gav B was there, showing him a bit of support. Big G. Seen him, he's an absolute chat slag now, and he's a chat slag. Used to be a paddle slag. But, you know, fair play to him. He bounces in these chats, you know, and he always tries to lift the mood. That's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know where I've seen it. It might have been today, but I seem to have Big G saying, come on, I'm trying to get this fucking party started or something. Slim Reaper. Now, this is down to loyalty, see, and a bit of also there being like me and Slim having very much the same tastes, you know what I mean? He's like, barring Lou Don, Slim Reaper's the best mod out there, mate. Best mod. He's been here right from day one, yeah. And you hardly see him. You hardly see him, and you might make 1 or 2 comments in other chats, but you hardly see Slim now. But I think he's like me, you know, and he's got a family and that as well, you know. Louise always says that. I mean, some people have got lives, you know. And I say I haven't seen so and so for a week, she'll go, some people got fucking lives. Like, I know, but you can still have a life and not look like you've disappeared off YouTube. You know? Right, he's a one for you, yeah. So I've got a car full of golf balls, yeah, all summer. Started getting the feel for the golf and all that game. The golf ball, I think it must have just been like the summer, because usually if I'm going over the golf club to look for balls, that's like part of my exercise for the day. But I went the other day, one afternoon last week, I had the whole afternoon to myself. Just put my wellies on, took the car up the golf course. I've been on there about 5 minutes. I turned around there, and I haven't been out since. I don't know. That might be because I'm worried about next week and all that shit. Anyway, so I've got a boot full of golf balls, right? Not once this year have I felt confident enough to just rock up in the golf club car park, open the boot, and go and talking to people, asking them if they want balls. Now, Louise will tell you that's what I did a few years ago. Me and Louise used to just rock up in the golf court, just pull up in the car park right in the middle, open the boot. And I'd just go around, start talking to all the golfers as we get changed, and I'd end up selling loads. But I haven't done that this year. And the only person that bought golf balls off me twice, both for £20 a go, so would have made £40, right? And Louise sorted that out with somebody who Louise knew. Swear down, so that's down Louise again that she sold my golf balls for me. Dave, I've always thought that. I mean, there's loads of men out there who like batty fishing, isn't there? You know what I mean? You could have a calendar and that, all the different wife beaters you've got, all different colours, and could have different poses, with like your 5 kilogram dumbbells. Then you'd have your big barbell, like one like that, with you having a big smile on your face. And then there'd be one in your green trackie. Money there. Tim sat there, Slim sat there, now rubbing his eyes and there. He always gives me a kick up the arse, Slim, I'll be honest. He's one of only a few who are talked to offline. I mean, it is only a few, like, but he's gives me a kick up the arse, like. So does Smithers. Like I say, he's a batty though, isn't he? Absolute batty fish. So what you're going to be doing, Dave, the Dustman, just see you, because you look a bit like Eddie Yates. Was it Eddie Yates? You got a look of him. And he was a Dustman, wasn't he? So respect. Yeah, man. Respect, Howler. Respect, mate, as always. Now, won't get that wrong again. God knows why I thought Howler was fucking blue. I thought it was a blue at first. Man, see. Terrible, that. That's the one, see. It's like, when you go to these cheetah mill, I don't know, right? But I know people go to these cheetah mill warehouses in Manchester, yeah, where they have all the fake gear, yeah? Now, you know yourself, if someone give you a Gucci bag, was selling a Gucci bag, it's just a bag though. For like, you probably walk past it, or you'd probably just give it nah. But if it was in the box, right? If it was in the Gucci box, and it had some sort of like paper around it, the paper that they put around it, and it had a little board or something, it's a lot more appealing, isn't it? It's a lot more appealing. And you're probably going to buy it, aren't you? It looks more authentic. But that's what I need for these balls. These balls, when you go in the Sports Direct or any golf shop or anything, come in like a box of like, would be 15 balls, so you know the depth of a golf ball. And it's like a Christmas, like a lid fit, or basically a bit of cardboard, isn't it, folded in the right place. Now, there's got to be somewhere. There's got to be someone who's making a lot of money making all boxes and shit. And printing stuff. I think all you need is one sample box. And you do, what's that 3D scanning thing? Doesn't that work, 3D scanning? So, yeah. I told you, didn't I, that a lad who used to buy, well, a bloke who used to buy them all off me a couple of years ago. I looked him up and I hadn't spoken for about 3 years anyway, if not more. And I just WhatsApped him the other week. I said, do you still buy golf balls? But he texted me straight back and he said, yeah. But anyway, right, I must have been giving them away back in them days, because as soon as I told him the price, which is like an absolute bargain anyway, right? he just spat his W out and said, "Oh, prices." Oh, so I sent him a thing, Pro V1, brand new Pro V1. I sent him a thing off Amazon, right? A little box, little cardboard box, Titleist Pro V1, bit of like plastic see-through on it, and a bit of printing, and 3 balls, right? On Amazon, brand new. Sure, it was £19, right? Sure, it was $18.99, right? Or just under that. So I sent him that. And then I sent him 3 balls that I've got, and I've got hundreds of them, right? Pro V1s, and they just look brand new. I've cleaned them. They haven't got a mark on them. So I sent him a picture of 3 of them without the box, right? Just 3, but brand new. And I said £3 underneath. I put £3. And he sent a text back, right, saying, "Yeah, but have you got the box?" I says, "Fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell." Robin Bank. Robin Bank, I don't know who you are, but I've seen you in other chats. What's the most balls you collected one day? What's the most balls I've collected? The brands. You know, if I had to say one brand, it's this brand called Srixon, right? Srixon. I'd say 70% of all the balls I find are Srixons. The thing is, they're in the middle range. You know, they're not expensive, but they're not a cheap ball. But they're quite respected. You know, it's mainly them that I find, and it depends how long I go. Depends what mood I'm in. Depends if it's dark. If I go out and it's dark and I've got them torches, I would have found a lot more than I'll find in the day. I still say now that I could go tonight to one golf course, a certain golf course, and give me 2 hours on my own in the dark, and I'd probably get 500 or 600 balls. That's just from one or 2 areas of this one course. Big shout out to Paul Venice. I know some people don't like him. That's fair enough. But it's good to see he's got a sort of sense of humour back. He's had an epiphany over the last few days where he's now saying that he knows that YouTube isn't real. It's just entertainment, and he says that it's clicked now. So since then, he put up a picture of him pulling a funny face with his big, massive beard down here, taking the piss out of his own chin. So fair play for that. And then he had another video saying he's never going to fight Decker, which is like, you can't never say never. Saying he's not going to fight Decker, there's going to be no fight. It's all bullshit. And yeah, so this is his second day of this. It's his second day of realising that YouTube's only a joke and he's not going to get wound up by it. So, fact, keep an eye on it. See if he's on his second day, right? See how long it is before he cracks it. And I like him. Well, this is it. You know, if I was in the mood, right? And this is it, right? I've done it before, and I was just waiting for the day in the last 5 months where I've thought, right, I'm going to go and get rid of all these golf balls. It's a lot better in the sun, so we haven't had that many sunny days, but I'd still say we've probably had about 2 months where I could have just done one of them days and got rid of all them golf balls just with the banter. But I haven't felt like that once. Honest, Dave's giving him a week. It's beauty though, isn't it, man? It just shows you what's going on in their heads, right? Like Venice is just like, I mean, this is just from what I know him being like from the Teesside, and I did meet him, yeah, but that doesn't make me know him any better. It was only 5 minutes, but I know he does a lot of stuff for charity, his daughter and everything, and he's a family man, and I've watched a lot of his podcasts, and I just like him. I think he could. It doesn't even matter that he's from my neck of the woods. If he was from London, I'd still like him, I think. But let's not forget he's in recovery, yeah, and he relapsed not that long ago. And he did it on YouTube as well. He won't mind me saying, I'm just saying these facts because it's all out there. He doesn't deny it. So hopefully see how it goes anyway. Keep your eye on him, but big shout out, Betters. Anyone got any ideas? There's a few new accounts. Right? Because I know me, right? I love a new account. Yeah, like a good name. Ones that stand out this week: Lou Sarsol. I like them. Lou Sarsol. Has anyone noticed the WWE wrestlers coming in? I think there's about 5 of them. There's the British Bulldog. There's Randy Savage, I think. Hulk Hogan. Funny man. You wouldn't believe, honestly, I've had loads of. If I was a bit more tech savvy, right, I could make sure I could never get caught. I've got like an account in mind. Oh, I'd have so much fun with it. So would Louise as well. But you've got to think. You've got to think. You know when a new account comes in, you've got to be clever with it, haven't you? Because there's people in here who've seen it all, seen all the trolls and all the funny accounts. So for somebody to come in now with a new account, and obviously no one knows who they are, and to come in and either be funny, you have to either be really funny with the first few comments to get noticed, because you will get noticed. Somebody will read the comment. Everyone reads every comment if you're in the chat. If you're going to be a little bit of a troll, you've got to not go too far in the first comments, or you'll get wiped out, and that'll be it. It's finding that balance, you know what I mean? Going in the right chat where people get talking about you. There's a couple out there now, and I can't think, causing a bit of a stir. But I wouldn't tell anyone who it was. I wouldn't tell anyone it was me. I would be faceless. But I'd just say I'd just be as like, you know me, I'm quite reserved. But no, this would be my other side. This would be my like other side. You know what I mean? I think Louise. I think we've done all right today anyway. The good thing is that I've actually did it. You know what I mean? For once. You know, I already dated. I think I'll be doing like one live a week, which I like doing them, right? It's good. It's So no, I think it's good for us. I think the lives are good for it. Me doing the lives is good for me. Looking back now, I think I had a really good spell a few weeks ago, and I think I was doing quite a lot of lives, but even after the lives and that were like, just remember having quite a lot of fun, you know what I mean, around the house and that. But yeah, I think we're getting there, like. But I'm gonna probably try my best to do a soccer Saturday, yeah. Just gotta sort it out with Louise, you know, because it's a weekend off as well. So as long as we come to agree, I'll try and do like soccer Saturday every week, and then maybe like a one through the week. Like you know, the Premiership now. I'm watching enough to have a say about most clubs. So just as being a host on Saturday, just for anyone who's into football can come in. If you want to come on the panel, you can come on the panel. The more people we get in, the more there'll be to talk about different teams. I mean, go talk about football all day long. And then from that, maybe on a Monday do like another like phone in, you know, like just a football phone in, but you come on the panel. Try and get some new people in and new people on the panels and that. You know what I'm saying? But I've just realised at 5 o'clock, so Louise will be in any minute. And even though I've done all my chores, which wasn't many, I still want to be wrapped up for when she gets in. So respect for everyone. We did have a good spike there. Somebody sent a load of people over. I don't know who it was, but we got up to 30, right? I'm happy over the moon with 30, but I think we do a lot better than 30, just off the top of my head. Should be getting 50 in, man. But yeah, I think Dennis has just said there he'll be in like on a Saturday. No problem, he'll sit with us and talk football. We can all be watching matches and, you know, we feel bets in there and that. We'll all get some bets going and stuff. So till then, hope everyone has a good night, and I'll be watching a little bit tonight, but I'm watching Big Brother. So I'm into Big Brother now. But I will be probably in a few chats. So if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you very soon. Okay, Pibs?